I had a very fascinating call today with a woman, an older woman, who said to me that she had never in her life felt so physically distant from her family. She lives in a community where her kids live near her grandkids live near her, and she's the type of person that is always in everyone in their lives. They're stopping by her house, he's going to their house, kids are sleeping over. It's a very involved relationship, and she had never in her life been apart from her family for this long. And she said something so fascinating. She said, I have never felt more physically disconnected from my family, but at the same time, I never felt more connected to them. Until now, we're dropping and going. Everyone's so busy. We talk about things that are so surface. The conversations, the relationships is so surface level that I always felt like we were running next to each other. And now I can't see them and I'm not near them, but they call, they care, they won't let me do anything. I feel more connected to my kids and grandkids now than I did before. And I thought to myself, we think this period of time is actually separating us. There's no more schools, there's no schools. You can barely go to the grocery store without seeing somebody and running to get your stuff. Someone shakes your hand, it's like as if they're punching you in the face. Everything you can't touch, everything. There's never been a time where we're scared of each other. We're separated from each other, but maybe there's never been a better time to be connected to each other in a real way. You know, it's interesting, there's a great rabbi named the Nesiv Shalom, and he speaks about rebirth. How when you drop a seed into a ground, first the seed has to decompose or shed its shell. And once it does, it reveals the life force that can give birth to new life in the tree. The process is by physically shedding, you now can reveal the inner force, the inner life force, and reborn, and then create a rebirth to new life. And I wonder if that's what we're going through right now. I wonder, by being physically separate from each other, what this really could be is actually not less connection. It's a rebirth of connection. You see, we thought that we're connected when we're in physical proximity to each other. If I can shake your hand or hug you, if I live in the same house or work in the same office, if I sit next to you, if I'm up next to you at carpool, if I sit next to you on the train, if I have the same interests, the same fan base, if we're just aligned, then we're connected. But maybe that's not what connection really is. Maybe connection is much deeper than that. Maybe when I look at somebody, it's not what they do that matters, it's who they are. Connection isn't being physically close. Connection is being spiritually connected. It's not based on proximity. It's based on empathy and care and concern and love and sacrifice. It's being happy for each other. It's praying for each other. It's thinking about what I can do to help somebody else out. It's hoping that everyone is just well and healthy. It's not judging how much money somebody has or how successful somebody is. It's just being happy that they're in your life still. It's just hoping for their happiness. That's what it really means to be close. And maybe until now, the world has sent us spinning on the treadmill so fast that we may have forgotten that. And we've settled for physical proximity and thought that was closeness. But maybe right now is the greatest opportunity we've ever had in our lives to create real closeness. As the shell sheds away and we're physically apart, it's the opportunity now to actually reach out and to be spiritually connected to people, to get closer to our loved ones, to get closer to our friends, to realize that physical proximity isn't a measure of closeness, to reveal the life force in me and to connect it into you, and to really come out of this a new world of real connection.